Hello, hello, Rise and Thrivers. It is Monday, September 18th. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and welcome to another episode with your host, Regina Rossi, and my amazing sister from another mister, Raquel Stuart. Hey, sis, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, good. We are thrilled about tonight. We finally made it happen and we are so excited. So, before we even bring on our special guests of the evening, I just want to remind you guys about who we are, right? We are Rise and Thrive Together. It is our community, it is our vibrant community, and we are out to equip and empower and educate you to have the results that you want for your life now. So we are excited that you're here. If you're watching the show, please, this isn't just Raquel and myself and our guests talking. Please make sure that you comment. We are constantly including you in the conversation. And if you are watching the replay, you're still part of the community. So please get into this conversation. So without any further ado, because tonight is going to be amazing, I'm passing it over to Raquel Stewart, who's going to share with you who our amazing guest is.
We're so excited. We were supposed to have Johnny a couple weeks ago, technical difficulties, but he's here today, which is when he's supposed to be here, right? All things are happening and working out well. Johnny has been a visionary entrepreneur since he was 9, when he started the Sanibel Island Saturday movies and popcorn night for the tourist children vacationing on the island. He has been following his vision ever since. In 2002, he founded Vision Miami, a new concept networking group that brought the arts, music, business, and political worlds together around the theme of vision. Vision Miami was written up in the Miami Herald as a group that helps members achieve their visions. Miami Sun Post named Vision Miami as the best networking group in Miami. He was appointed by Miami Beach Mayor Dermer to be on his Blue Ribbon Committee of experts to create a designated art district in Miami Beach, and was named one of Miami's 50 most creative people by the Miami Chamber of Commerce. On January 18th, 2020, Johnny launched his life vision, the movies and popcorn movement, and the Global Vision Conference. Both are trademarked. He works full time at championing others with his vision breakthrough sessions. I had an amazing session with him, and without further ado, I'm excited. We are excited to hear Johnny Regan tonight. Hey, Johnny, welcome to Rise and Thrive Together.
I love it. I have my seatbelt on my chair. I am so excited tonight. I've been waiting. I've been up since 4 this morning. I am ready for tonight.
Wow, that is excitement. So awesome. You have
Yes.
done so many things. Now, this month, September, Rise and Thrive Together, our theme is moving from struggling to thriving. And now you're going to interject into that vision. So tell us a little bit about a struggle that you had, and then we definitely want to get into your vision.
Okay. Well, the beauty of a vision is it can lift you out of a struggle.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
this vision of every child on the planet would have food and clothing and movies and popcorn came to me as a child. But during my life, actually at one of the lowest points, when my wife told me she no longer wanted to be married and sent me a 3-page fax of why, 3 pages worth of reasons, including I made her go to Haiti on our honeymoon. We worked with Mother Teresa's. That was a very low point. However, I remember I was in the dentist chair. So we got two low points. I'm going through a divorce. The woman I love told me no more, and I'm in a dentist chair. Very low points. However, I remember talking to God in that moment. It was in Eatontown, New Jersey. And I said, but you know what? I still have this vision. of every child, food and clothing, and movies and popcorn. It was still inside of me. It was still in my heart, and it lifted me up. It lifted me. It lifted me out of the struggle, out of the despair, and gave me hope because I can learn from all my mistakes. I can learn from that 3-page facts. I can learn from that dark time to rising and rising like a phoenix, rising, learning. I'm a better lover now. I'm a better romantic. I learned from my mistakes. I've had romances all over the world now, and my vision is alive that people are holding. Every child on the planet should have food and clothing and movies and popcorn. So does that answer your question? That was a dark time. I actually have never shared that story on camera before.
Wow. Well, thank you for being so vulnerable and
Wow.
transparent with our audience. We truly appreciate that. I do have a question. You mentioned that you spread romance all throughout the world.
I knew it.
Now, Johnny, my mind could have went left, but I'm trying to keep it very centered here and focused. So can you tell us about this romance all over the world after your struggle?
Well, I learned, I accepted that there were times I did not show up in my marriage. She was a doctor,
Mm.
I'm a doctor, a surgeon. She was at the hospital much of the time. And I kept looking to the future when she's going to become a doctor and we're going to then go work in the developing world and get on with this vision. But she had no more part of it. And I was able to look at how did I not show up? How did I give up on this marriage? What is true in this in her words? And I learned from it. And I then, as I became a better lover. I mean, by loving romance, when I meet someone, I can hold a woman in a very high place, loving to build their spiritual and emotional self. And I then began to travel. I lived on Sanibel Island, and there would be a lot of beautiful ladies from all over the world would come in vacation, and I would meet them, and then I would visit them. So my life has really been very romantic life. My single life has been beautiful, but my real romance has been my vision, and it inspires. On my Facebook, I have friends, female friends from all over the world, and they support my vision. They're like, Johnny Popcorn, Johnny Vision. We hold it. I hope someday you're going to come to Lithuania, Johnny. I hope someday. So, I don't know if that answers your question, but as I tapped into my vision, it becomes beautiful. It becomes romantic. I became more attractive as I stepped into my.
Mm.
I
Mm.
became, instead of bitterness, or friends would say, "Oh yeah, she did this," or other guys that got divorced, maybe they wanted to talk about that. No, I learned from it. I failed in many ways, and I've healed and I've learned, and I'm now on to my romance in life.
I love that, Johnny. It's one of those things that really, it was a great question, sis. It was an amazing question. And the fact that, when we joke around like, this whole romance, but really the whole thing of how every single struggle, every single failure truly is an opportunity. We've talked about this on the show many times as an opportunity to look at ourselves within. And often, which people have a hard time hearing, and I'm asking to people to lean in and listen to, is that when you have that struggle, when you have that, opportunity in that circumstance that doesn't feel good, and you're out there to, like you said, point over there, you could have said blah, blah, blah about your wife at the time, blah, blah, blah. You didn't. You reflected and looked at yourself within and in the mirror. Raquel and I were talking about this the other day when she was sharing something about a personal struggle she was going through. And I often say, where is it? Look at yourself in the mirror. That part of you that you're pointing over there that you don't like at that person, what is unhealed, like you said, inside, right? Like that piece that needs to be healed inside. And so that's what you did. You looked at those 3 pages of faxes and looked at the words she said. And like, you know, that took something as you go through the pain, right? Like as you're going through that pain to look at, go and take personal responsibility for that. Because at the end of the day, she leaves, you're still with you. And you've got a choice to either stay in pain, turn into bitterness, close your heart, see you later. And the best thing that came up was I hear Raquel loud and clear, and I'm clear she's going to say it in her words, which is your why. Your why is bigger than your circumstances. Your why is bigger than the bitterness and let me blame her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not good enough, because there are kids out there that need clothing, that need food, and have never had the extraordinary experience of seeing a movie and having popcorn and feeling like everyone else. And I'm moved. I've got chills all over my body. You know, so thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much for that. That just, my heart went whoop, and I had to get that out there. Sis?
That's so awesome. So, Johnny, what I see before I get to the comments, I see a big bucket of popcorn. Now, we've been talking about movies and popcorn. Johnny, that's real popcorn. Where's ours?
Of course.
What's going on here?
We forgot to bring out.
So, I want you to explain to our audience, really and truly, movies and popcorn. It's more than just feeding kids popcorn and having them watch movies. The vision is so much more than that. Can you kind of get into that for our audience?
Well, when you understand, we are all connected. We're all connected. The whole world, we're all connected. However, we divide into countries, into rich, into poor, into black, into white, into languages, whatever. But everyone loves movies and popcorn. Everyone loves the experience of being safe. You know, food and clothing, movies and popcorn means you're cared for, you're safe to dream. You're safe to look out. And when we show the photos that have been taken of children that are having their first movie, The Lion King, and having their first taste of popcorn, it hits people viscerally. I don't have to convince anyone. There's no we should do this, we should do this, we should not have children starve, and we should. No, it's a romance. It's romantic. We're gonna get food and movies and popcorn to every child. Yeah, it touches the heart. So it's a metaphor. But whenever I ask someone, hey Joey, what was your favorite childhood movie? Well, it was March of the Wooden Soldiers. Well, every child deserves that, Joey. We're all connected. So it's it's a metaphor of connection. And yet visually people get it. When you see the pictures of the kids that my sister Camille got just like 2 weeks ago in Sri Lanka, those kids they're in an orphanage and they're seeing a movie and they're being loved and they're being imparted vision. There's a magic to it, a movie magic to it.
Wow. And as you talk about Camille does really important work, and it's more than, guys, get this, right? It's more than a movie and literal popcorn. Yes, we get movies and we get the kids get movies and popcorn, but it's about the connection. It's about the understanding that someone cares. It's about, hey, everyone deserves this. Camille is all about helping children in orphanages. We have people out there doing amazing and powerful things, and they need support. They need your financial support if you want to volunteer. This is about connecting and letting our future, the children are our future, letting them understand and see a different way of being. This is a creative way to do it, movies and popcorn, but it's about bringing people together. And we really need to understand that and step out of our limited thinking. Okay. I want to jump to some comments here. We've got Joanna Tress, Johnny. Good evening. And she said, here's Johnny. I can't do it the way they do it, but I'm going to do it my way. I was like, what up, Johnny? Susan jumped in. Hi, peeps. We've got Odelia checking in saying hi. Odelia said, write a story. Let me ask a question before I go on to further. Have you thought about writing a story, a book?
Yes. Yes, you want to hear the title?
Yes, please.
In the title, it's been trademarked. How movies and popcorn can save the world. It's like an adventure.
Wow.
Book. How movies and popcorn can save the world by Johnny Vision.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
love
awesome.
it.
I love it. Are you going to have like popcorn all over the cover?
Well, we have him with the covers, our logo, or it's someone who actually did a drawing, a digital drawing of me as a child from 9, and it's me holding up a bag of popcorn. I hold the popcorn up. I got that from Gandhi. You know, Gandhi raised salt, and he freed India by declaring everyone deserves salt because the British had taxed it. You weren't allowed to make or get salt. So he raised salt. I raised popcorn. Everyone deserves popcorn, movies and popcorn, and obviously it means food, clothing, safety. We all deserve to dream. We all deserve to create webinars like you're doing. We all deserve to live. We all deserve to write our books. We all deserve creativity, and that's what the book is about.
I love it.
I want to I'm sorry, sis. I just want to ask a question about, you said everyone deserves. What if someone truly believes they don't deserve any of that?
Well, those that don't have it will eat it. You know what I mean? So you're asking a complicated question. What I would say, I'm actually going to cut through your question to. There are people who don't deserve. They don't think they believe they deserve their vision. I was one of those people. I did not think 22 years ago I was worthy of this vision. This is a grand vision. 22 years ago, I did not believe I was worthy to declare what I'm declaring today. And so deserving worthiness is an issue that, Reg, I had to work through. I had to do the work. Why do I feel I'm unworthy? Why do I feel that I don't deserve this grand vision? Why do I feel I don't deserve these romances all over the world? I don't know if that answers your question a little bit.
You know what? That's phenomenal, because what I heard in that is one word: our responsibility. Yep. And it's our responsibility to do some introspection, get into self-awareness. I said one word, but you know, math is not my strong point. So I'm going to give you a couple of words, but that's what I heard in what you were saying. And that is absolutely powerful. And Red said it earlier about taking responsibility. No one's going to come and give it to you. You've got to know.
Can I throw something in there when you're done?
Yeah, throw it in.
Yeah. So, because I really get what Johnny's talking about. I right before we got on here, I was having dinner with my husband, and he was in a struggle. He went for a bike ride, and he didn't even realize he was in a struggle. He just energetically was like, "I got to get out of the house. My daughter's homesick. Can we go?" And I was like, "I got her." And he went on this bike ride, and it downloaded to him. He had all of a sudden all this download of like these unworthiness and like some like, you know, thing that he was just like, I'm not good enough. And he missed his brother. They haven't talked, like they're really close, but like, no, they haven't talked in a couple of days, you know, like whatever. He's, you know, and then he was like this little kid, like this not worthiness, like his brother's doing better than him and that he's like not good enough. Like it was all of this interesting. And so what I said to him was like, why I say that is like Johnny and like Raquel was saying is, sure, at the end of the day, we need to take responsibility. And there is this core, deep inner work. And it's not movies and popcorn, like literally, like he's saying. If you watch a movie, no matter what movie you're watching, there's always some drama. There's always some traumatic. There's always a circumstance. Even think about Disney. The best movies that I love my daughter to watch, Bambi's mother gets shot, right? Like there's always like a massive thing. It's that core wound. It's that core wound that we don't even know, right? So maybe some of us do some major stuff, but most of us don't even know. And so what Johnny and Raquel and I am trying to say to you all is there's their core deep inner wound. And if you don't think that you're worthy and deserving, my vision is for you to know that you are worthy, you are love, and you are loved. And if you're hearing this here, then you know it. Even though you want to fight with me and Raquel about it, and I can hear you like going, no, but you're watching or you're replaying it. And if you don't and you know somebody like that, please, every day it's just that somebody, that one person, that one smile, that one little action to smile, that one little thing to say, hey, I love you. I love you. Look in the mirror. I love you. And you can hear that inner work. You can hear being like, no, because this person said this and this thing happened to me. That is not the truth. We got to get to the truth. So as adults, what I want to say to you, sis, is as adults, it's a personal responsibility. It's a personal responsibility. As children that Johnny's talking about, it's us as adults to provide that food, clothing, shelter, and bigger, that they're loved and they're worthy and they're deserving, and to empower them to know that. So I just really, it's like something that's so deep to my heart for that. And that is a huge part of what your vision is, right? You know, Camille going out there, our friend Shanique going out there every day, going out there letting kids know that they're worth it. And some of them don't even let them come near. But by the end of that trip, they're just smiling and shaking a hand or holding that popcorn. And you could see the heart that was just open up and be like, it really is. It's like, I am that. And there are people who care. So I just had to preach that out there.
Let's just hit this comment here. Joanna said, you had the perspective of a sage. Every situation can be a gift or an opportunity. You learned and grew. Now we are benefiting from it. Beautiful. So thank you for that, Joanna. She also wrote, I like how Johnny said the movies and popcorn events help children to feel safe. That's really important. Self-worth is vital, from Joanna. Odelia said, or stop running. What were we in reference to? I know I took a long time to get to the comment, so we've lost the reference for that one. Odelia also said, forgive yourself first. And Joanna wants to thank you, Johnny, for letting us do the work. Encouraging us to do the work. Because that's what it is. And it's not easy. And you said it yourself, right, Johnny? It wasn't easy. Bad enough you were already in a dentist chair. Oh my gosh, that's enough. But then to get 3 fax pages, what did that look like? I want a better question. I want to ask, how did you get past it?
You know,
not the dentist chair.
It was the vision. It was my worthiness. You know, it was something. I can remember laying there and talking to God and tears because I was in great pain. You know, you think about it, someone that spent 7 years with you must know you, and it must be true. These things this person said, it must be true. They know me more than I've slept with this woman. She must really know me. It must be true. But what I was able to grab, you know, thank God I was able to grab it, that there is something beautiful inside of me. It's movies and popcorn, every child, and the dignity, because the whole movement is actually about dignity. They're safe, they're cared for, but the dignity of every human being. I tapped into that kernel of dignity, of beauty, of art that was still inside my heart, and I breathed into it, and I held on to that okay, I can shake this off, I can learn from this. But that's what it came from, the kernel. Popcorn, I'm using the metaphor of a kernel, that it was a kernel of beauty inside of me, an art, a piece, something God put inside of me, movies and popcorn. And so, you know, people have, everyone on this seminar tonight. I'm calling it a seminar because you two are such great facilitators and teachers. So everyone on tonight's seminar, you have dignity, you have beauty inside of you. You are a unique snowflake that God created that is unlike any. Your voice is so clear, and we need it, because when you rise and you thrive like I am, the world is changed. Everyone around you. the ticket taker at the toll booth is better because you're smiling and you're asking them their name and you're being friendly. Your vision's alive.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I
I
love
heard
how
okay. Go ahead,
no,
sis.
I just wanted to say, I love how you made it so simple, Johnny. You're like,
It is.
I saw the kernel
Yep.
popping, and the kernel looks like nothing, but it pops and it blossoms into something that's edible, something that can feed and make people happy. That's what I
Yeah.
got out of the kernel popping into an actual popcorn, and that is so phenomenal and beautiful. Thank you. Sis, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was beautiful. I'm like moved. I got another tear. I'm like, geez, I was gotta use waterproof mascara the next time. Um, really what it also hit me, Johnny, when Raquel asked you that question, sis, I had that same question. I was like, oh, but you got it. Was, as you said, it was inside you, right? Like
Mm,
it was inside you because that vision, your why was so strong for children. And guess what? That's you. See, like when we're broken like that, when we're really down like that, and we get that a bigger than ourself moment. That why is bigger than my struggle, my suffering, my circumstances, my abuse, my self-loathing, my addiction, like all of, and I got 6 of
Absolutely.
those. There's probably a lot more, right? When it's
Absolutely.
bigger than all of that, that moment that's bigger than all of that. Because why? Because you are that child. So you are healing yourself in that moment while your why is like, hey, I got a purpose for you. You're out
mm,
there to make a difference for children and whatever. And it's like, guess what, Johnny? You're still that child. I'm still that child. Raquel's still that child. We were once a child. We're grown adults, but we will always be like that child. I believe in God, right? Like, so child of God. So you were healing yourself at that moment. That dig that you said they deserve was starting with you. Delia puts it all the time. Self-forgiveness first, it starts with us. And if we don't get that, then it's sort of like this, I said it before, like you have a beautiful cake that you love with frosting, and then underneath it, it's really mud.
mm,
So thank you. Like that's what I got from you, that
mm.
vision was you, the child that was healing. And now you're like, man, I felt it, I get it. And now I want to make sure other kids get to know that they're worthy and deserving because I got that I was worthy and deserving.
That's so beautiful. We've got a comment here, Johnny. From Susan. The experience of being at movies, sitting in the comforting dark, gives us fantasy, possibility, community, safety, our humanity.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Mm.
So I've got to ask this again, Johnny. I seem to be doing this to you all the time.
You got it. Come. I'm
What?
having joy. This is a blast. Please.
You have one nugget to share with our audience, and I want to target it in and be specific to those people who still hear all this stuff and still don't believe that they deserve movies and popcorn. And we've learned it's more than movies and popcorn. What is one nugget that you want to share with those individuals?
You know, I would say, be still, be
Mm,
still, and come around someone that loves you, like Reg or Raquel, and just sit with them. Ask someone what is great about me. What do you love about me? What are
mm.
you curious about me?
Yes,
You know,
yes, yes.
the world is judging. The world is teaching, judging. How can anyone live up to it? How can you live up to what the media, social media, is putting you? You cannot. There's no way to live up to the fraud that you're supposed to be. So the number one thing I would say is be still and find that nugget. Okay, you're asking me what a nugget is, what a kernel is. Find that one piece of art that is inside as a child you love to do. I had I had movies and popcorn on Sanibel Island. I took the kids and I gave them an experience of wonder and adventure. And it was only a little 8mm projector with no sound, black and white, but they got an experience. And I'm still giving children an experience. So the dignity, the art, the romance, the beauty, it's inside of you. There's something beautiful. Get with someone who's safe, who you trust, who's living it, and take them out to lunch and ask them, what, or call me, buy a ticket to the conference, call me, ask, come, be around, just be surrounded with people that uplift you, that hold you, that are love. Feel the spirit of love in this room tonight.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Johnny, we've got Mark on. Hey, Mark. Mark said, hey to everyone. And Joanna said, yes. What is great about me? Or why do you love me? Powerful, powerful. Got to be open to hear that, though, right? Because you're asking, that means you want to know. And people will tell you. And they'll be genuine about it. Johnny, we appreciate you so much. Before we wrap this up, can you tell people how they can purchase tickets to the Global Vision Summit in Florida in January? Let us know.
They can go to globalvisionconference.com, Global Vision Conference. They could just Google Global Vision Conference. Anyone that buys a ticket from your group, they get a free one-on-one 1-hour session with me, a vision session. It's worth the price of the ticket, even if they don't come to the conference.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's worth the price of the ticket.
Oh my gosh, Johnny, thank you. You dropped so many nuggets. Self-aware, struggle, but your why was what kept you going. That why is super important. If y'all don't believe it, believe it. Just make up your mind to believe that. And remember, guys, together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.